So good morning once again. Today we will start same chapter, and the topic will be momentum. Momentum will be the topic. Why we are studying this momentum? Because we had studied first law of motion and Newton's first law, according to which a stationary body will remain at rest and a moving body will remain into the motion until and unless we will not apply any external force on it. That we had studied in our previous class. Now we have to study about the momentum. Before the second law, we have to study about the momentum, then only we can come to the Newton's second law. So momentum is how a body came into the movement, and when body came into the movement, then on which factors it depends. The factors on which depends. So first of all, if we have two balls, okay, two balls. One is cricket ball. This is your cricket ball, and another is I will take here a tennis ball. Okay, so you all know that, and the size of both the ball are same. I have taken of same size. Okay, same size, but obviously the mass of cricket ball is more than the mass of the tennis ball. Mass of the cricket ball is greater than the mass of the tennis ball. Reason behind it is, so it is heavier, so mass will be greater than this. Now if both the ball are moving with the constant speed, the speed of both the ball is constant, your velocity will be constant. If the speed is constant, then for which we have to do, if we want to stop both the balls, so we have to apply more force on the cricket ball. Since the mass of the cricket ball is more than the mass of the tennis ball, that means more force is required. More force is required to stop a cricket ball. The reason, that means more the mass, more will be the force. Greater the mass, that means greater we have to apply the force. Okay, so the greater will be applied on to the force. That means force is directly proportional to the mass. Okay, then we have another thing. If we have both the cricket ball we had taken here, and the mass of both the ball is same. Okay, mass is same. Both the ball are cricket ball, and mass of the both ball are same. And we had given this, that this is ball 1 and this is ball 2. So we had given more velocity or more speed to the first ball. So the V1 is greater than V2. So now if a we have the fast moving cricket ball, so we have to apply more force to stop the fast moving ball. Now more force is required to stop the first ball. Reason behind it is the velocity is more, so obviously we have to apply more force, then only we can stop. If we have more fast moving objects and slow moving objects, so obviously we have to apply more force to stop the fast moving object. That means force is depend on another thing, that is velocity of the object. Okay, so one is force is directly proportional to the mass, Another is it depends on the velocity. So we have a new term for this, that is momentum. Momentum, we have another term. Momentum of the body depends on two properties of the mass, that is momentum is equal to the or directly proportional to the mass into velocity. So we have a new term, that is momentum. So if we are whenever we are removing any proportionality sign, we have to write here the sign of equalization, and we will write here a constant k, mass into velocity. In SI system of numeration, the value of k is 1. That means momentum is equal to mass into velocity, because in an SI system the value of k is equal to 1. So momentum is equal to mass into velocity. So from here we have a definition of momentum. The momentum of a body is defined as the product of mass and its velocity. Now if we are representing momentum, so what we are using the letter for momentum, that is P. For mass you know better, m, and for velocity it is v. That means P is equal to mv will be the formula of momentum. P is equal to mv. Now where P is momentum, m is mass, and v is velocity. If a body is at rest, that means v is equal to 0. So momentum is also 0. That means, okay. So when the total momentum of the gun, if we are talking about the gun, the total momentum of the gun will always 0. Before and after we have to, I will solve an numerical problem, then I will explain you. When the bullet is not fired, when the bullet is inside the gun, at that time the velocity of the bullet is 0. At that time velocity of the bullet is 0. But when it is fired with the then it has some velocity. And before when we had not fired the gun, at that time the gun also is at rest. But when we had fired, you had seen suddenly the gun will take a movement, and the movement is so less, but it is in backward direction. The movement of the gun is in backward direction. So total momentum, if we will see the total momentum of gun and total momentum of the bullet, it will, if we will add both the things, since one is in forward direction, another is in backward direction, the total momentum of the bullet is always 0. That I will explain you later when we will do some numerical problem. So now first of all we will discuss about the momentum, which type of quantity it is. It is a vector quantity. Okay, it is a vector quantity. Sorry, it is a vector quantity. Okay, now we are talking about the unit. Now the formula of P is equal to mv, is meter per second. So that means the unit of momentum will be kilogram meter per second. Okay. Now we have how we have to, when if we are talking about the game of cricket ball is not very heavy, but when we are a bowler is thrown with this high speed, it requires a large amount of momentum, because P is directly proportional to V, and sometimes hurts the batsman. This is because of the large amount of momentum. And you had seen when a car or bus may not be running at a high speed, even then if it if what happen if it is strike with a person, if it is very slow, even then the person is get hurt very seriously sometime, because the mass of the bus is very high. Okay, so that means momentum means damage when it can be happen other, if the velocity is very high, even then the mass is very low. And if velocity is very low but mass is very high, then the momentum will always high. But if both the things will high, then obviously the momentum will quite large. Okay, now we want to solve some problems, numerical problem based on the momentum. Okay, so I am taking an numerical problem. What is the momentum of a man of mass 75 kg? Let the mass of the man is 75 kg and he walks with the uniform velocity of 2 meter per second. Always keep in your mind that when we are doing any type of numerical problem, we have to use SI system of numeration. SI system of numeration means mass will always in kilogram, distance will always in meter, and time is always in second. Here all things are given accurately, so we will do it directly. But if it is not given, then first of all you have to change the unit in SI numeration. Like a question I had given in periodic test, in which I had given 2 minutes and most of the you used it as it is without change into the seconds. So your numerical is wrong at that time. The most of the student did the same. They had not changed the time into seconds. So always change the unit in SI system of numeration, then do it. I will take one more example in which units are not in SI system. Okay, now P is equal to m into V. So momentum 75 into 2. Always write units here, kilogram meter per second. Bhavesh, don't write anything in between. Nitin and some of you, I will remove you if you will do the same things here in between. Don't write anything. Chat box is meant for only if you want to ask. If you will ask, if you don't want to ask, then I will do the setting in which you are not able to write in the chat box also. But I want to interact with you, that's why I had just opened that chat box. So be sincere and only, okay, if you are feeling sorry, then okay, but don't do it again. Okay, now I am taking one more example in which the unit will not given as it is given in the previous question. It will be not in SI system of numeration. So answer will be kilogram meter per second. If a body of mass 15 grams moves with the speed of 18 meter per second, then what will be its momentum? Now mass is in gram and velocity is 18. It is already given to us, so it is okay, but here we have the unit gram. So first of all we will convert into kilogram by dividing it by 1000, and when we will divide it by 1000 we will have this one is our answer. Okay, now momentum is equal to mass into velocity. Now we can use 0.015 into 18. Now 15 8 ja 120, carry will be 12, and 15 1 ja 15 plus 12, that is equal to, after 3 number we have to write here, so this will be our answer, kilogram meter per second. Or you can write, if after the point, if we have at the last we have zeros, then we can remove that zero, so it will be 0.27 kilogram meter per second. Now I will explain you a question. I will ask you, you can use your chat box for giving your answer. A plastic ball and clay ball. Uh, Listen it carefully. A plastic ball and a clay ball of equal masses traveling in the same direction with equal speeds strikes against a vertical wall. From which wall does the wall receive greater amount of momentum? From which mass of both the balls are equal, as well as its velocity will equal. Both the things are equal. So from which wall we will receive greater momentum? Use your chat box for giving your answer. I am looking for it. Clay ball, Ankur Shukla. Okay, next one. Any other? Plastic ball, Sonal. Okay, any other? Use plastic ball, Vaishali Rajput. Clay ball, Namishka. Clay ball, clay ball. Okay. All of you, Tripti Mishra, clay ball. Clay ball. Nobody has given till now our right answer. Answer will be, both the momentum will be same, since I had told you the mass of both the ball are same and velocity of both the ball are same, so obviously momentum will be same. Momentum is equal to mass into velocity. If mass of the ball are same, velocity of the ball are same, so obviously their product will be same. So product is same, that means momentum of both the ball will be equal. But none of the ball has greater or lesser. Both the balls have equal amount of momentum. If mass and velocity, there is the difference between either the masses and the velocities, then only there will be the difference in the momentum. If both the things are same, like an example, if both the balls have the mass of 2 kilogram and both the speeds are 5 meter per second, how we can say the momentum of one ball is greater than the other? So product will come always 10. Either we will take any product, either we will take 2 into 5 or 5 into 2. Product will always remain same. That listen, always keep in your mind what is our question. Read the question carefully, listen it carefully. I told you many times, mass are same and velocities are same. Both the things are same. That means momentum will be same. Okay. Now we have Newton's second law. Newton's second law. What is Newton's second law? Okay, I will explain you. The rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum. How momentum will change, I will explain you. If a body, I had taken the body of mass m. We had given it a velocity u, and if we had given it velocity, so initial velocity of the body is u. Initial velocity is u. And after time t, it acquires the velocity v. After time t, obviously it acquires a velocity. If we are not applying force on it, we initially has given the velocity. It after time t, its final velocity will be v. Final velocity v and initial velocity u. Then Newton explained us rate of change of momentum. First of all, initial momentum. What will be our initial momentum? Since initial speed is u, so initial momentum will be, the formula of momentum is mass into velocity. So initial momentum mass into u. Initial velocity is u. And final momentum we have mv. Change in momentum. What will be the change in momentum? Change in momentum. How much there is the change in momentum? That we have to minus final minus initial. Change in momentum, final minus initial. mv minus mu. The rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the force that required, okay, acquired by the body. This is our second law, Newton's second law, rate. And I think I had explained you in my previous classes that whenever we are talking about the word rate, that means we are talking about, we have to divide it by time t. So change in momentum, rate of means we have to divide it by t, and change in momentum means mv minus mu. Rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force applied. Okay, this is your second law. Rate of change of momentum. Rate means we have to divide by time, is directly proportional to the force. So force we are using by the capital letter F, or we can capital letter F. And if we want to take here mass common, so what we will add? V minus u, and where here we have t. You all know that very well. V minus u upon t is the formula of acceleration. So in place of v minus u upon t, we can write here acceleration ma. F is directly proportional to m into a. Now whenever we are removing any proportionality sign, we will always write here a constant k is and ma. In SI system of numeration, the value of k is equal to 1. So that means force is equal to mass into acceleration. So this is your Newton's second law, and from the Newton's second law we have derived the formula for the force, that is force is equal to mass into acceleration. And second law is rate of change of momentum. Rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to force. Now I will explain you more in my next class, since our time is over now. So goodbye all of you, and whatever queries you have, you will maintain your queries, and in my next class you can ask. I will send you relative notes. Kindly note it down. Do your work on time. Be proper. Okay, thank you and God bless all of you.